So we're going to go over what iterative duplication is. So it's new to 1.3. I've been banging on it pretty much all day, even though 1.3 was going to come out without it. So see, normal content outline. This is using the outline children. So you can see this is using the outline child pages module that's new to 1.3. So instead of having to go to the admin books area, I can just hit outline child pages on any book node that has an outline tab traditionally. And this will give me the outline designer. So I'm going to click yet more here and duplicate. So you see you have some additional options. So the default duplication mechanism is, make one copy, duplicate the hierarchy by default, because you're usually not going to duplicate one page. There are other modules that do that. And title format. So you can see we've dropped the annoying copy thing as the default. So the tokens here, you can read is title is content title, and now there's this also I as another token. So I'm just going to do a duplicate. So you can see nothing special there, normal duplicate. So let's rename this to something more, makes sense in an instructional context. So I'll delete this, and we'll do week here. So now do a duplicate. So I'm starting a new semester or a new course outline. It's going to have 15 weeks, and I'm going to go with that. So duplicate hierarchy, title, use the new token, which is the duplicate number, and how many copies you want. I want 15. So you'll see that message gets pretty long, and bam. Now we got week 1 through week 15 here. Obviously, I can then just go and delete my original week because I have a new week 1. By default, it's just going to order them based on the title, so that's why it's a little screwed up this way. So you'd have to go and rearrange them, but that's a way to kick out consistent structures very, very quickly. So let's go to another example. So I have week here, and you can see, using the outline child pages, I go here, I can't use the outline designer, but if I go to my new book, because it has children, and click outline child pages. So let's change this from week to, let's say this is lesson 1, or just lesson. Okay, and then I'm going to say my lessons always have an intro, and then they always have some content, and we're going to duplicate that because I want some more content, and then we're going to do that, and we're going to do inclusion, and usually there's a quiz involved here somewhere, so we're going to have a quiz at the end. So I'm going to move this around. Inclusion obviously should come after the content. Alright, so I have this structure. Typically, if this is a good instructional hierarchy, all of my lessons are going to be structured that way. So, duplicate hierarchy, title. I'm not going to use the iterative duplicate because that could, it could get problematic, as I can show. But I'll just kick out 10, just for time's sake. So, I'm going to do a duplicate, replicate the title, get the entire hierarchy, and do it 10 times. And there we go. So I have now rapid prototyped basically my entire semester. Let's do a refresh there. And they collapse them all the way. There we go. So you can see I have my 10. It does that. I mentioned before that it's a bit problematic to do the I value on this because, okay, so I'll do this whole hierarchy and then I do the I value, right? And I'll do 1. If I do a duplicate of that, you can see it adds the 1 to everything. And that's intended functionality for the way things are now. So that's why if you notice, when I go to do a duplicate, it doesn't add that on there. So the iterative duplicate's kind of a special case in terms of using the token value. It'd be good for the highest level types of things, such as if you were laying out all the 15 lessons you wanted to fire out real quickly, but didn't really want the substructure. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it so that it'll just do the token on the top level. That might be a nice option, but I think it's outside the scope of 1.3 until people start using it and I get some feedback on